In today's video, we're going to take a look at the AVERAGEIFS function in Excel. Before we dive into the function, we'll first want to think about when might be a good time to use AVERAGEIFS function. And taking the average can be helpful in a few situations, such as trying to understand trends, doing comparisons between data, and helpful for overall decision making. To get us started, let's first look at our data set over here, which we have some month, product, country, and revenue data. And we want to look at the averages by different categories. So we can first start off by typing AVERAGEIFS. And the first thing this formula is going to ask us to do is what do we want to take the average of? In this case, we're looking at revenue. We'll select that. And now in the ifs part of the formula, it'll ask us which criteria are we looking to get the average on. In this case, we're interested in software revenue. So our first criteria will be what is the criteria range, which contains what we're looking for, and what is the specific criteria, which in this case is software to start us off. And we'll see that the average revenue is 348, and we can drag our formula down and see that updated the cell to insurance, and you can see that our average revenue for insurance was 340. Now with the AVERAGEIFS function, we can also include multiple criteria. So if we come back to our AVERAGEIFS formula, and we once again want to get the average revenue, and we want to first criteria look at software. And for our second criteria range, we want to include our country. So we can select that country range, and we'll highlight our country over here, close out our formula, and we can drag this down once again. And we can see that here we had looked at average revenue for software in the USA, Mexico, and Canada. And we can also use AVERAGEIFS function to get a quick sense of how product revenue has changed by month in terms of average revenue. So we can once again go to our AVERAGEIFS function, where we're looking at our average revenue. And our first criteria, we can stick with product, and we'll be interested in software to start us off. And then our second criteria will be, we want to look at the revenue by month. So we can highlight our month over here, and then choose our second criteria. Now we can drag this formula over, and we can see the average software revenue by month, and we can also pull our formula down and see the average insurance revenue by month. And so once again, AVERAGEIFS can be a very helpful function. We're just trying to understand trends, comparing different data sets between each other, and then we can go from there and make decisions.